Two more Sim Update releases this week as Sim Update 2 comes real close to releasing its test build to the public. We are starting to see more and more developers converting their products over from the 2020 Sim to the 2024 Sim, including some news this week about Boeing aircraft. We've got you covered with all the important flight sim news of the week, so let's jump straight into the video. A big thank you to Flight Sim Mods for supporting this video. Flight Sim Mods is our own startup built by flight sim enthusiasts for flight sim enthusiasts with a passion for all things flight sim. Bringing real world pilot background, 3D design and print to bring high quality flight sim modifications to solve flight sim problems or enhance your flight simming experience to the community. We have high quality products releasing each and every week. Check out our store in the links in the description below, and be sure to use a discount code AFS10 for 10% discount for anything in the store for Oz Flight Sim viewers. And thank you to Flight Sim Mods for supporting this video. Jumping straight into the previews and announcements, because I know everybody is very busy, but before we do this, I'd just like to wish you on behalf of the Oz Flight Sim channel a happy Easter weekend and a safe one. And if you don't celebrate Easter, just have a happy weekend in general. PMDG have announced a roadmap this week for their product lineup for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Many simmers have been eagerly awaiting to see some high detailed Boeing airliners to cross over to the new sim. The PMDG 777-200ER will be the beginning of the rollout fleet for PMDG, as the other aircraft all have tentative rollouts. The 777-200ER will release from mid to late April. The DC-6 will release in early May. The 777 freighter will be mid to late May. The 777-300ER will also be mid to late May, and the 777-200LR late May to early June. The 737NG series is to be assessed, so they haven't put a timeline on that one, and the 747 series will be post releasing it in the 2024 sim after the 737 series family has released. PMDG has also mentioned they have focused on a major sound design update for the 777, along with the EVB update, new enhanced auto throttle logic, and an update for the roll and pitch dynamics to better reflect real-world handling across many different variants of hardware setups. Over to Azure Poly this week announced their next project, which is the Dusseldorf Real. The team has announced over on their official channels this week they are sharing a single screenshot of the C variant of the Rafale. The fighter is being developed for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in mind, and the team believes they should have a release sometime before the end of 2025. The Rafale is officially endorsed product from the manufacturer, which enables Azure Poly to access a more accurate data specifications and reference material, which should translate into a highly detailed, authentic in-sim representation of the aircraft. Azure Poly generally shares detailed updates of their project during its development cycle, so we will keep you updated with more developments throughout the year. Bluebird Simulations, which will be at this year's Flight Sim Expo, the team has confirmed that they will have a PC with them with a version of the Boeing 757 which attendees will be able to try out in person. Bluebird Simulations, along with this announcement this week, have also released some new shiny screenshots. If you like to keep up with all the important flight sim news, we've got you covered each and every week over at the Oz Flight Sim channel. So why don't, if you haven't done so, help us out, hit that 100,000 subscriber mark by subscribing to the channel. Will keep us dropping all the flight sim news here. Thank you very much for all the current subscribers and new ones for your support. Flight Sim Studios has announced a release date for the Boeing 727 passenger version. The team mentioned that the release date is scheduled for April the 17th, and at the time we had done the script for this video, it hadn't released, but it now has released, and by the time you are watching this, you could already be downloading the new update. The PAX version will be similar price to the freighter version, and there will be a discount upgrade available. Flight Sim Studio has also mentioned they are developing a a Flight Simulator 2024 version of the 727. Currently in the 2024 version, it's working okay, but there is some issues with the APU not starting. A free compatible update to the 2024 sim will be available to owners once the fix is in place with the APU, and from the sounds of it, we shouldn't have to wait too long. Along with PMDG, it looks like we are going to see some Boeing aircraft finally in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in the not too distant future. Keeping with Flight Sim Studios, they have now released a version of their eJet for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, which has been working within Sim Update 2. The new build will bring the E170, the E175, the E190, and the E195 to the 2024 sim. The 2024 version mostly will work as it does in 2020, but there is a few bugs and no limitations. The VNAV and a fully custom FMS is still not working, and this eJet family have almost been in development with a beta for more than 2 years now. That being said, the LNAV partially works in the eJet, but however, having a VNAV would be a very welcome addition, and there is still no ETA when we'll see a VNAV present and working. Flight Sim Studios has mentioned that the eJet have to be activated in the 2020 sim for it to work, and they advised not to purchase the eJet if you don't have the 2020 sim. In my opinion, this really sounds like a port across, and it doesn't really sound it's too compatible to the 2024 sim due to being a work in progress still. May result in some frustrating simming for simmers unless you're a fan of the eJet. Hopefully we'll see a fully released aircraft before the end of the year, including a VNAV from Flight Sim Studios. Seafront simulations are hard at work at populating the seas, one add-on at a time. This week they have announced that they are currently in development with some scenery around New South Wales, Australia. With Seafront simulation releases, we are expecting to see with this upcoming release thousands of animated vessels, thousands of static boats covering hundreds of bays, marinas and ports, night lighting for the ships and boats. There is no ETA for the release of New South Wales, but assuming the team over at Seafront Simulations has just released their new website, so you should be able to pick it up from there once it has released. Taxiing over to this week's release news, Orbex has released an updated version for Melbourne International Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Orbex has mentioned that this version has been updated to take advantage of the 2024 new rendering engine while maintaining high detail. The scenery layout has been updated as of May 2023 and includes Melbourne's latest expansion to 4 terminals and a total of 68 gates. Other features with the update release includes fully optimized LOD models, enabled ground poly textures, realistic taxiway lightings and accurate signage, VDGS functionality, additional points of interest in the 2024 version such as Air Service Australia and a Mercedes-Benz dealership with a helipad. Orbex Melbourne International Airport is available for a free upgrade if you have the 2020 version at no charge, and you can pick up the full copy from the Orbex store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Keeping with airports, Imagine Sim released at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. Dallas is the largest hub for American Airlines with its headquarters near the airport. DFW is the 3rd busiest airport in the world by aircraft movements and the 2nd busiest in terms of passengers in 2022 and 2023. Other airlines that use Fort Worth as a hub are Ameriflight, Southern Airways Express, and UPS Airlines. It is also an operating base for Frontier Airlines and Spirit Airlines. Features include, with the release from Imagine Sim, all 7 runways are modeled across the full airport grounds, 5 detailed terminals including the under construction Terminal F, high detail building textures, functional VDGS system, bespoke jetways, detailed cargo facilities optimized for performance, and you can pick up your copy of Imagine Sims at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport from their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Cohen Sims, which is one of the leaders in heli aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator, has released its CH1 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The CH-1 is Cessna's only helicopter, and it was developed in the 1950s and it was retired in the early 60s. Only 50 of these were built, most likely due to its unconventional appearance. Cohen Sims mentioned that this was a real passion project of these and it was totally built from scratch. Features include realistic startup procedures, persistent features that save between flights, 20 liveries, a dynamic payload, a wires-based sound pack, animated passengers, and a custom pilot. You can pick up your copy of the Cessna CH-1 helicopter for Cohen Sims through their website, and at the moment is only available for 2020, but it will become available for 2024, and also it will be in the InSim marketplace once the submission has been approved. I'll leave a link to the store in the description below. Moving over to this week's sim update news, and the Microsoft team this week released 2 more updates for the current test build for Sim Update 2. This week we've seen version 1.4.12.0 and 1.4.130. Both of these updates were pretty small when it comes to the number of items addressed, which should result in Sim Update 2 releasing to the public in the first week after Easter is my guess. The version 1.4.12.0 includes some general bug fixes. Most of these were focused on WASM, which was an issue with aircraft containing WASMs where the aircraft was loading after the aircraft loading should have been completed. The other main focus was the exposure. Microsoft addressed some of the regression of the exposure that was introduced in Sim Update 1 while fixing dark exposure spots. They also fixed some model behavior issues and fixed some issues when it comes to activities in the sim. The second release of the week was version 1.4.13.0, again which only included a number of small items, more general bug fixes including potential crashes in safe mode, EFB issues, and fixed some more random VR crashes. I was kind of hoping to see Sim Update 2 release before Easter, but it looks like the Microsoft team and the Sobo team are ensuring that the update is releasing with minimal issues. I guess lessons have been learned from the launch of 2024. Moving over to the feedback snapshot and the wish list, again there has been no updates and no announcements to when we will receive a date for the April development live stream. I think time is running out. We may not see one this month. This week on the 2024 InSim marketplace releases, we've seen a total of 74 new products. 37 of these were available on PC and 37 of these were available on Xbox. Only 4 aircraft releases for the week. 2 were from Captain Sim and the other 2 were from MS Sceneries. As I mentioned in last week's video, buyer beware when it comes to purchasing aircraft in the InSim marketplace at the moment. We're seeing many rubbish releases in my opinion and many overpriced releases, so I highly recommend doing some research before you buy. Not to say there's not good releases in the sim, but if you've been a long time viewer on the channel and you've been in the flight sim for a while, you know what I'm talking about. Other releases include for the week is 7 livery packs, 2 night lighting packs, 6 world improvements, and 20 airport releases. If you like to stay up to date with all the important flight simulator news, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so that way we can let you know when the next video goes live. Help us out to hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody for all your support and we wish you all a happy and safe Easter weekend and we'll see you in another video real soon.